Hey, it's Podkane. This is a card reading for your financial outlook for Q1 2025. It's the pick a card reading, so if you're familiar with that, you'll know what to do. We've got 4 different decks, 4 different readings here that we're going to go into. And if you already know how to do a pick a card reading, you can skip ahead to the timestamp. Otherwise, I'll kind of explain for newbies that each card is going to represent something that draws your eye, something that feels right, whether you like the number 1, 2, 3, or 4, or you like the names of the animals or something about the color. Like, it could literally be anything, but what you're going on is a hunch, and that's just your intuition. It's not going to feel certain. You're not going to know why. Maybe you might, but regardless, you're just going to pick one based on the hunch, right? So the first one we have is the octopus. Practice shape shifting by altering your physical appearance and mannerisms. Next one, number 2, we had the pueo, which is the Hawaiian owl. Your ancestral spirit guides are offering you guidance now, so pay close attention to signs and omens from them. Number 3 is the gorilla. Take time to listen compassionately to those you love, especially your family members. And number 4 is the ladybug. This is a time of good fortune and abundance, so be willing to receive all good things in your life. Now, hold up. I know that one sounds really good, but if you feel drawn to the other one, that's going to be your reading. It'll make more sense. So I pulled that one. I was like, oh, that was mine. I want that one. But anyway. So having said that, whichever one that you choose, if you feel like you like to, you can watch both readings, whatever. There's no wrong answers. But hopefully we'll get some clarifiers in the reading too, so that you can double check and make sure, okay, this sounds like my situation. And then going forward, get some advice for you. So I'll see you back here in a second. Okay, card number 1, you picked the octopus. Practice shapeshifting by altering your physical appearance and mannerisms. And I hope y'all are doing good in the new year. We're just gonna use this deck called the Night Sun Tarot, which I have already marked out all of the titties, really, that's in this deck. Oh shit. All right, let's get a reading. Financial for deck number 1. Okay, so first we're just going to be pulling a card for your current financial situation, just to double check that you've picked the right deck. We've got the Ten of Swords. Okay, so right off the rip, it's kind of feeling like a stabbed in the back situation. Something happened that was outside of your control to bring a sudden end. And we've got the 3 of Pentacles reversed here as well. I think this was kind of due to incompetence. I'm sorry to say, but I don't mean necessarily that was your fault. That's what this implies. It's more about honest mistakes. You just kind of didn't really know what you were doing, and so you kind of got into a bit of financial mismanagement. And so here we are at the Ten of Swords to start off the reading. So why are you under financial stress at the moment? Okay, these are all Roman numerals, so I have to look. 4 of Wands reversed. Okay, so you could be in a situation where you don't have stable housing. Maybe your house, wherever you live, is costing you a freaking fortune. You're spending all your money on rent or all your money on mortgage or home repairs or whatever it is. Or you could be kind of between like stable places or your own place to live, where you're having to spend a lot on Airbnbs or paying rent to as a part of a roommate. So like you're just basically living out of your room or you're couch surfing or whatever. But this is implying that the place that you live is the center of the problems that you're having right now financially. That's another confirmation card. How can I relieve the current stress? How can pile 1 relieve the current stress? Okay, we've got the 2 of Cups. You're going to need to make a deal with someone, a partnership. Page of Wands reversed, and the 10 of Pentacles. And I think also you're going to need to, let's see, 10 of Pentacles, 2 of Cups, Page of Wands reversed. What is this? 6 of Cups reversed. You're going to have to do a little bit of growing up when it comes to making a deal with someone. You're going to have to go out there and look for a, talk to your partner and be like, hey, can we move in together? I'm going to take hold of my responsibilities and like play my role in the greater financial situation. You may have to kind of squash your pride a little bit and go to a grandparent for money or for help and assistance with your financial situation. This may also be moving up in your job. It could be a lot of things. With the 6 of Cups reversed, I'm seeing the grow up element there. And the Page of Wands can also mean like communication or lack thereof. But I think here we're more talking about the impulsiveness of the Page of Wands, the desire drivenness of the Page of Wands, where it's like, this feels good. So it is good. I'm going to go for it. Here it's kind of saying the things that'll make you most stable are working your way up through a career or taking part in a family business, doing something that's very traditional, doing something that is supported by family and friends, especially family. With that one, the family's like, hey, I think you should go work here. Yeah, I might have to bite the bullet on that. With the 2 of Cups, it's easier to make ends meet when you've got a partner that is bringing their income also to the table, whether this is a romantic partner or a roommate. This is someone who is also equally minded to be responsible and manage their impulsivity and their sort of the immaturity of rushing after things that feel good, I want to say. Okay. Something that you need to learn about money. Something that you need to learn about money for pile 1. This is the 5 of Cups reversed and the 4 of Pentacles reversed. So you're in a lack mindset where you never have enough. And what you need to learn is that the Sun, of course, you actually have so much to be grateful for in your life. There's troubles, certainly. Everyone has them, but you also have a lot of things that you already own or in your possession that you can enjoy, even things that you don't own, like a walk in the park or, even a walk down the street, calling up a friend, or making use of that, one subscription at a time and like letting the other ones go. Or this is about making the most out of the things that you have access to instead of moving from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next. Because with the 4 of Pentacles, it's like money is just flying out the door faster than it can be appreciated or made concrete. And then with the Sun, this is about joy, happiness, illumination. And it's important that part of the reason why you're spending more than you're making, or you're not really able to hold on to enough money to make bigger dreams happen, bigger goals happen, is because you get bored easily. And you're also constantly looking at all the ways that your financial situation is terrible instead of appreciating what you do already have going for you. And this is more ways than just financial too, but definitely with these two, it's causing you to do a little bit of the normally upright. This would be like a sort of setting yourself apart in isolation. This is more about like, I want to do what everyone else is doing and I got to keep up with this and they've got this over here and that over there. There's a small element of that, but I think more than anything, it's just you're not holding on to anything long enough to get the most out of it. So, for example, you buy a new electric scooter and then you fuck around with that for a couple weeks, and then it's just collecting dust in the corner because you're onto something else. And I think it's important to use your creativity with the sun to find more ways to enjoy what you already have, so that you're not constantly overspending to try and seek out stimulation with that kind of Page of Wands mentality. Something to change about handling money for pile 1. And this is just what you're learning in quarter 1, by the way. So that means it's a short-term situation you can easily, master in that time. So we've got the High Priestess, go with your gut. The Three of Pentacles reversed, recognize that you don't know everything and that you're bound to make mistakes. The King of Swords reversed. Is this Eight of Swords reversed? And the Empress reversed. With these three, releasing yourself from there's something that's going to be a longer term situation with releasing yourself from the self-imposed situation with the 10 here, and kind of bailing yourself out. And it's not going to be easy for a while, but you need to know that you can make it a lot harder on yourself if you don't do your research, if you act like the authority of, knowing everything. And also if you, nah, not quite. It's more just like, it's going to take you some time to work yourself out of feeling like dependency and that the world's out to get you, or that you have to, judge yourself based on what other people are doing. But in the short term, it's going to be partly developing your intuition so that you can ask yourself, do I really need this right now? And is this in my best interest to purchase this, or to move to this place, or to buy this car, or to quit this job, or to accept this job? Additionally, know that, Three of Pentacles reversed. So nothing that you've done thus far is going to lock you out of future financial abundance. It's just that you're still learning and you haven't mastered it yet. And I also think this card can also mean, when it's reversed, to rebuke offers that people come to you with. And I think that's important to use with your intuition. If someone's coming up to you and saying, hey, I've got this great new job, or hey, let's go on this trip. Let's go out tonight and go party. You're going to need to stand your ground for your larger goals in mind, especially in those moments where your intuition is saying, I really shouldn't. That's it. You really shouldn't. If your intuition is saying, yeah, I should treat myself. I've been saying no to a lot of purchases. I've been doing really good. I'm kind of stressed. I need to have some time to reconnect. Then that's one thing. But I think at this point, it's important to not to not give yourself those outs of, I deserve it, because it feels good and things like that. You got to figure out what your priorities are here, I think, importantly. If you are wanting to go through life looking for good feelings and experiences, and you can figure out how to make the money work to be able to do that, then that's your priority. It's as simple as that. You don't need to have it all. But I think it's also important that you realize that your priorities are shown in the actions that you choose and the decisions that you make. Queen of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, there's a dependency. You've allowed yourself to get into a dependency on others. This could be the family members here, or even you know, other people. Okay. And that can lead you down a whole nother road that's not even like financially, fiscally related. So it's important to change that. How to create a better relationship with money for pile one in quarter one. Yeah, you gotta start taking some shit seriously. Because the situation is kind of out of control at this time. And it's up to you to determine what you want to do. But also, I think importantly, there may be some thought process in your head that you associate having a lot of money and having a lot of security and comfort with negative authority figures, people who don't have fun, people who are very serious, people who don't take risks or enjoy their life. So there is a little bit of conditioning and deprogramming here, both with the Eight of Swords that popped up, with the Ten of Swords and stuff. Yeah, and even this over here with the Five of Cups reversed. There's a lot of elements of beliefs that you've adopted about who people are who have money. And you don't really see yourself as being kind of, you see yourself as being a free and open and fun loving person that wants to have the chance to explore and have fun, follow passions, follow dreams. And you don't see you as that person in a place where you would also have a lot of money, a lot of security, day in, day out security. So there's a little bit of deprogramming there that needs to happen. And then again, we have the Six of Cups reversed as well. This is just old childhood stuff that even with parents or grandparents or teachers, someone who is an authoritative figure in your life at some point or another, this is old stuff that just needs to be worked on a little bit. And you've got to adapt to a new way of approaching, well, even with the octopus, approaching your own self-identity. You can still be this fun-loving, free person without also being a broke hippie living on couches. Do you know what I mean? Like, maybe there's been some rationalization that you've taken part in for some of the tougher things that you were sort of dissatisfied or even really dissatisfied with. And in order to just power through it and get through it and still be self-loving, you adopted those things that you weren't really satisfied with as part of your identity to just survive it, honestly. And so if you do want those things to change, then they need to be taken out of the equation of how you see yourself and what your self-image is. Something in your life that's already abundant, which is a good one for you to know. We've got the Seven of Swords. You really can come up with a plan. You have a lot of intelligence, the octopus. You know, you're smart. I think that Knight of Pentacles, and you really have the capability to bring in steady money. You're very loyal. You're very patient. You're able to get momentum and sustain it for a very long time. This is years and years type of card. Those two things alone can take you far. Okay. Do we have an option for pile one for a new income stream in quarter one? Two of Wands. Worth looking. Nine of Wands, but be careful. The Chariot. Something to do with cars. Could be Uber or DoorDash. This could also be car sales. This could be ride sharing, auto detailing, Ace of Wands reversed. This could even be something that's relatively low effort. It's not going to sap a lot of your energy. You're not going to be real charged up by it, I'll tell you that. but it could be a nice additional source of income that can fit well with what you've got going on already. Yeah, Nine of Cups reverse. It's not going to be glamorous, I'm sorry to say, but it will provide a service to what you've got going on in the quarter one, which is to get yourself out of this Ten of Swords, this Four of Wands reverse scenario where things have kind of degraded to the point that they are, where you don't have to be here for very long. And this will move you out even faster. This is a way you can take control with the Chariot and really get things moving. What's the word of warning for pile one regarding their financial situation in quarter one, 2025? What's the word of warning for pile one? The Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, that dependency, back to that. And then this is Six of Wands. I mean, first of all, it'll just embarrass the hell out of you to continue being dependent on other people. No one's going to celebrate you. No one's going to follow you. No one's going to see you as a thought leader, even though you very much are very intelligent and very loyal. You have good qualities. But if you're looking for people to celebrate you or think you're all that, it ain't possible while you're dependent. And then we also have the Eight of Wands reversed. It'll just slow down your progress big time, this dependency, if you let it continue and go on. I know that right now things are uncertain. Your future's uncertain with the Two of Pentacles, and you're just trying to stay afloat. You've got to hold out hope that this financial independence will be well worth all of the Uber Eats, DoorDashes and bullshit that you have to do to get there, and something that does speak to your soul could be forthcoming. It's just the matter of the fact is right now we need to focus on this. We need to focus on your independence. We need to focus on your living situation and that security and creating good financial avenues to make the most of your planning, your strategy, your intelligence, your organizational skills, your loyalty, and your long-term efforts. Those can all easily pay off and give you the freedom that you need to continue, not even continue, like take it to the next level. You know, if you're kind of like, I don't know why I'm thinking of like the beach bum lifestyle that you kind of saw a lot like in the 70s, 80s, 90s. I'm sure it exists even today, but it's like anyway, where it's like I surf every day, you know, I live, I'm right on the beach. You know, my life is very simple. I love it. That's fine. How good is this going to be in another 5 years, even another year? Aren't you going to want to experience other things? Aren't you going to want to go out and do other stuff? There are limitations to your enjoyment, and we already see that here. You already have that part of yourself where you're like, okay, I'm bored now. I'm on to the next, on to the next. If you create this financial security for yourself, this stable home ground, this base of operations, you know, whether you feed into relationships, whether it's partnerships or family relationships, corporate relationships, moving yourself up through a company, things of that nature. If you're willing to do all that, then you're liberated to take even bigger leaps, to catch that flight across the country, or to take that 2-week road trip, or to even invest in your own business or something, creative project one day as well. Whereas right now, it's like, yeah, this is great, but how good is it going to feel in another year? All right, and what's the word of solace? Justice reversed. Sun upright. Three of Wands reversed. And the World reversed. And then the Nine of Pentacles at the bottom. This is huge for you. You really do have what it takes to have steady money coming in long term and creating a stable foundation for yourself. But the word of solace here, well, I mean, first of all, we got 3 major arcana, which automatically I'm just like, you are going to be all right. That doesn't mean that the world will do it for you. What it means is that you have a pathway. As long as you knew what we were talking about, you have a safe and secured pathway towards that financial abundance, security, not even like huge amounts of wealth if you don't care about that, just feeling like at ease where you've got money for the rainy day. You're able to get reasonable expectations met with no issue, not even a second thought. And you don't have to stress about your financial situation, especially your living situation anymore. So what justice refers, even in unfair situations, there will always be a light shown on how you can better expect what is to come from your surroundings. So unfair situations may happen. And we kind of started with that with the Ten of Swords, where this may not have even been, I think you may have set yourself up for failure a little bit here, but at the end of the day, I don't think it was all your fault. But even in unfair circumstances, you still have the opportunity for positive advancement in your life and positive momentum and illuminating ways that you can move forward on, like, looking out for opportunities, but also setting reasonable expectations for what the world has to offer you, and reasonable expectations with yourself as well, because your vision for some reason has something to do with this, and the words that you speak to yourself. So if your vision for yourself is a modest one, but it does involve improvement, it does involve security and happiness, and it doesn't mean that you've got to be the next Bezos, but you also have reasonable expectations for yourself and for the world around you. That's very important. And I think that that could be one of your biggest strengths, beyond just that intelligence, that, everything that we talked about with this card, with the Knight of Pentacles reversed here as well. Beyond all that, I think you also have an ingrained ability to turn things around, even unfair situations, to turn them around with, positive association towards yourself. And even too, with this, like, you will always be successful when you turn away from what others are doing and look towards your own personal joy and happiness. All right. Pile one, that's all I got for you today. Thank you so much for watching. If you like that, I also do monthly relationship readings for Venus signs and monthly checkup readings for rising signs. Thank you so much for checking it out, and I'll see you later. Good luck. Bye. Okay, pile two. We got the owl for you. Let's go ahead and start your reading. Quarter 1, 2025 for pile two. Quarter 1, 2025, pile 2. Okay. First, we're going to be looking at your current financial situation, just to clarify. We have the Nine of Swords, some anxiety and worry around it, lots of stress, not coming up with any good ideas on how to problem solve your way out of the situation with the Ace of Wands reversed, not also being like maybe low energy, low enthusiasm, like giving up almost. Like, this is a little bit of dire straits for some of you guys. I'm so sorry. Why are you under financial stress at the moment? Lots of things coming out, but let's just take the big ones here. Four of Cups. You've accepted a reality that you are not happy with. But you did it because you had to, perhaps. The Hangman, you're kind of caught up and trying to see things from a new perspective. You're seeing things from a new perspective. And the Nine of Pentacles, which it would be dependency on others. And then again, that Ace of Wands reverse. So this also, the Nine of Pentacles is not having the type of comfort, creature comforts, the security of knowing that you're always going to have enough. It's just like, this is just a situation that I don't like in so many different ways, and have not come up with the reason how to get out of it. Yeah. We also have the Magician at the bottom too, which I do want to point out is that you do have everything that you need to do something about this. And we're going to get some answers for you. Pile 2. How can you relieve the current financial stress? Okay. You gotta humble yourself here with the Six of Wands reverse and the Knight of Pentacles. Stay the course. This is an unfair situation with Justice reversed right off the rip, and these things happen, but you're gonna have to humble yourself, and maybe lower your own expectations for yourself a little bit as well. That there could be things that you're kind of driving yourself nuts about. Especially if you're focusing a lot on having to accept the situation that you don't like. There's steady money here and a lot of stability too. So it may be that a new perspective is needed with the Hangman. The Hangman came out here, but it's about how quickly you move, how celebrated you are, how you're not in the leadership position you would like, or how you don't feel proud of what you're doing. It's hard for you to take pride in it. Yes. So what, yeah, I think going back to this real quick before we move on, to relieve the current stress, humble your expectations, both on yourself and on your the way people see you, what you think you should have by now, or what it would take to be happy, and look to the stability in the situation and how you do have steady money coming in, and that is worth appreciating and being grateful for, to kind of mitigate everything that's going on over here. That doesn't mean you're not moving forward. The Knight of Pentacles is always moving, just slowly. And I think that's really, it's like, let's hurry it up, it's just going to take time. Something that pile 2 needs to learn about money in quarter 1. Something that pile 2 needs to learn about money. Quarter 1, 2025, something that they need to learn. Maybe it's longer term. Yes. Okay. Longer term. Okay. Being jealous of other people's shit is going to crash and burn your freaking tower. And especially when it comes to your living situation, where you live, how nice your home is, how much money you paid for it, how big it is, all of that. Even like if you're still living at home with your parents, having your own place. If the Queen of Wands reversed has no self-confidence or self-love in and of herself. She's looking for validation everywhere. She's also quite jealous. And with the Tower here, it's telling me that if you participate in that kind of jealousy and trying to keep up and not feeling good about what you already have and not appreciating what you have and expecting good things to come in their own time with your hard work and steadfastness, you're going to be building a tower on an improper foundation. The message of this card, especially with this Queen of Wands reversed, is you're building other people's towers right now. You're making your life out to be in a response to what you see others doing rather than what actually feels good for you on all levels. You may be, wherever you are right now financially, a lot of it could have come about because you were looking out at others and saying, I'm not good enough. I don't have enough. They have more. I need to do more because what I was doing isn't good enough. But you may not have taken into account that your own emotional satisfaction matters. Your time to be able to rest matters. Your skills and talents should be utilized and your weaknesses should not be exploited. I think with all of these, I kind of see someone who's a little bit low energy, who probably shouldn't be working more than 30 hours a week, if at all possible, who doesn't need a high powered lifestyle with, the white picket fence, the 4 kids, the corporate job, and, friends all over town, and all these different social events that they're going to, plus they're going on, vacations and this and that and the third. And that's, of course, they need a fuck ton of money for all of that. I see someone that, could really benefit from a more simple lifestyle that is just enough, that if you don't have enough energy throughout the day to get through it, sure, look at diet and lifestyle and different things like that. But ultimately, Red Bull ain't going to make a, high powered lifestyle happen for you. It's may not be in the cards. And that's okay. There's a way to a very satisfied lifestyle if you can just turn away from comparing yourself to others. And I know that's difficult, but that's why this is also, I had to ask for long term, because this is going to take longer than just the first quarter. But you can start making headway on it now by identifying that, maybe I need to step back from working so much. Maybe I need to cancel some of my subscriptions so that I can afford to work less. Maybe I need to consider moving to a place that's smaller, selling off a lot of my, stuff, or moving out to the boonies, or like whatever makes sense for your circumstance, right? But like lowering your home cost, I think could be a useful strategy to start thinking about in quarter one, to reduce your overall financial pressure, and maybe even get you out of a job that you really freaking hate, because it's, is it really worth it? Is it really worth it to have this beautiful tower that everyone else around you can be like, oh, wow, you did all that. Oh my God, your car's so cool, and give you a lot of attention and all of that? With the 6 of Wands, very much an attention seeking card. And it's a saying, turn away from getting all of your validation through that, because at the end of the day, if you're spending 50, 60 hours a week at work, or you're doing something very hard on your body, or you absolutely can't stand it, then how much value is this really going to be able to counteract this? It might be easier, and it would certainly be a lot more healthy and wholesome for you in the long run to stop giving a shit about what others think. And you'll find people out there that can appreciate what you're doing too, and aren't gonna, snub their nose at you for not having the most. Like, you don't need people like that in your life. No one does, really, but that's just how some people roll, right? Something to change about the way you handle money. We've got the 3 of Wands reversed. You need a King of Swords. You got to start being a little bit smarter and having a little bit more foresight, because the Lover's reversed too. This is choices that are being made, long-term choices that you're not being clear-sighted about the consequences of those choices. And this goes back to what I'm saying about, like, I'm going to move in here to, like, I want this big, beautiful house. And you're kind of like, oh my God. And you're not thinking about both sides of the argument. Yeah, it seems really exciting and fun, but oh my God, I'm going to have to work at this fucking dreadful job, and worse than that, I'm going to be stuck there. I won't be able to leave, because then I'm going to lose my fucking house. I'm going to lose everything, right? And this is about lack of foresight. This is about turning that around with having good, rational, dispassionate, objective judgment and the decision making of it all. Make sure that the long-term path that you're headed down is fulfilling to your emotional and rest needs, your needs to be able to do skilled work that takes the best advantage of your of what you're good at. All right. How to create a better relationship with money for pile 2 in quarter 1. The 8 of Pentacles reversed and the 2 of Pentacles. This is again kind of like change your job, job loss kind of card. So if you were thinking about that, it's again something to consider. We also have the Ten of Cups reversed. I think there could be family pressure around you to kind of stay this course over here of doing things in a certain way because it looks good or whatever. You're going to need to start doing something new and create new habits. And it's not going to feel quite right at the beginning with the Two of Pentacles. It's going to be a lot to juggle. Changing the way that you make money is kind of coming up here. I think that it's not necessarily saying to me changing careers, but maybe switching up to a job that you enjoy more, and maybe you don't make as much, or you're not there all the time, and so therefore it's not pressuring you constantly. But I think you've also done a bit of banging your head against the wall to doing something a million different times and hoping that for a different outcome. I think you have your answer here. You hate it. You just hate it. It doesn't work with you emotionally, energetically, spiritually, like really on any level. It's not good. And so it's time to try something new and get by with less. Get by with less for the time being to be able to make that transition. Something in your life that is already abundant for pile 2. We've got Seven of Swords reversed. And the Page of Wands. I think if you let go of the 5-year plan to ultimate success, that I'm going to have this by this time and I'm going to do that by that time, I think your intuition will really lead you down a path of a lot of joy and freedom and new experiences, something that's much more close to a childlike appreciation for your everyday, something that's just a hell of a lot more fun. This energy, this Page of Wands energy, is already abundant in you to seek out your joy, to come up with creative ideas. But by going off on this path, now you're here at the Ace of Wands reverse, where that's just totally taken from you. And this is saying that holding yourself to this plan and this strategy, if you can let go of that, you will reclaim this part of yourself that's kind of been lost in the mix, that can really charge you up and get you to ever new heights of things that you really do care about, that you are passionate about, out of the, the anxiety and the worry and the what's going to happen next mentality. Okay. What's an option for a new income stream in quarter 1 for pile number 2? Ace of Pentacles. 4 of Pentacles. And the 9 of Wands. Got 9 of Wands. Okay. This could be investments. Be very careful. This could be the new job again. Ace of Pentacles is also a job offer. The 4 of Pentacles suggests to me something that you could do from home. This could even be crypto. Be very careful. Do not put anything into any type of investment that you are not ready to lose at this time, because this is the watch out card. I think it's less about for you gaining more money and more about changing up where you're getting it from and what you have to go through to get it. I think ultimately this is talking about a new income stream that can keep you on even keel. A reasonable offer. Okay. The Lover's reversed. It's just more about switching up the path. Yes. All right. So what's a word of warning for their financial situation for pile 2? The Lover's reversed again. Yeah, these long-term choices are hard to get out of. We have the 6 of Cups reversed, 5 of Wands reversed, 10 of Wands reversed, burden not with having, Queen of Cups reversed. Yeah, and even the 8 of Swords. Long-term entrapment can happen. This choice that doesn't align with your values or who you actually are. These choices that are more aligned with the jealousy or emulation of others or what others want you to do. A feeling of inadequacy, of not feeling like you need to have things around you to feel a sense of self-worth. Making choices from that basis not only will it lead to a lack of unconditional love for yourself and for others, sort of turning yourself cold. Then you also have 5 of Wands reversed. You're not willing to compete. You're not able to compete. The 10 of Wands reversed. This is burdensome, and it's not your burden to carry. Maybe it's a burden you got yourself into, responsibilities that you put onto yourself, yet it's in service of a goal that's not your own. It's in service of something else, someone else's goal, really. And then the Queen of Cups reverse. This is emotional instability, big time. This is depression, paranoia, anxiety, needing emotional support, heavy emotional support. It's time to turn the ship around. I don't think you can really afford to continue down someone else's path for much longer without greater and greater consequences and a more and more difficult. What is this? 4 swords. It's over. I had the 9 of swords there that I was showing you before, but a greater and greater entanglement that will take longer to get out of. It's definitely not too late, and it's never too late. But it's important to know that the sooner that you can start putting away the responsibilities that you are not absolutely tied to, like, for example, you've got a kid, okay? Don't put them out on the street yet. I understand that that's a non-negotiable, of course. But can we make it work with kids sharing a room? Can we make it work if we move where, I have a good car right now that's paid off. Let's make use of this by moving further out of the city so that I can get much cheaper rent in a nice, nice enough place. Starting to make better bargains with your circumstances so that you can start taking care of yourself for the time that it takes to right the ship. And get yourself out of this situation. This is paramount here. All right. What's a word of solace for pile 2 and their financial situation in quarter 1? Queen of Pentacles reversed. Knight of Wands. Anything else? 5 of Pentacles reversed. And the 10 of Pentacles reversed. Okay. even in situations where you are financially dependent or in a state of lack, you will still have that passion, that drive, and that motivation. You may be lacking in energy, but the passion, drive, and motivation will always be burning beneath the surface. And that will always carry you in from out of the cold and into situations where you can have a great deal of security, and you do not have to be a part of any overlord corporation or have the rich uncle or already be wealthy, trust fund, whatever. You don't need that. You can find your way to the place of the insiders, the place of something that you've wanted to attain, but you felt like you were an outsider to this entire time. You have everything in your spirit and in your motivation to get you there. We've got wands here, wands there. You're a charged up person naturally, and if you can reclaim that, that will carry you right into whatever you need, and authentically with the Knight of Cups reversed. Something that is charging you up and powerfully motivating you is also something that's authentic to you. You don't have to fake it. You don't have to smile more. You don't have to live someone else's life or pretend to be someone that you're not. You can get to that insider place without anyone's help, all on your own. But I do also think that there will always be people to support you if you are in need. But for some reason, I don't like, maybe you can just file that away in the back of your mind to kind of alleviate this. But at the end of the day, you're not going to need anybody. You have all the energy and enthusiasm you need. I think it's time that you start moving that energy and enthusiasm to a place where it's working for you and not to, it's working for you authentically and not to build something that's someone else's dream, for sure. And then I just want to read the owl card one more time. Your ancestral spirit guides are offering you guidance now, so pay close attention to signs and omens from them. This especially when it comes to what feels good emotionally, what direction to move in when eliminating costs, responsibilities, and lowering that bottom line so that you can live in a more inexpensive lifestyle that honors the things that are kind of non-negotiables for you. Despite you having tried really hard, it's important, right? It's important that you are satisfied with your work and that it makes use of your talent and that you have energy left to spare at the end of the day. It's important. Look for that gut feeling, that intuition, that hunch about moving towards a new way of making money. Look for the red flags as well. Trust your hunch on those as well, but also be looking for the green ones too. There's offers out there waiting for you if you want to change your job, change your source of income. So pile 2, I hope that was helpful for you. I also do monthly relationship Venus sign readings and monthly rising sign readings for a tarot check-in. If you like that, please give me a like or subscribe. I really appreciate you guys. And until next time, bye. Pile number 3. If you chose the gorilla, this is your financial check up reading. The gorilla card says, take the time to listen compassionately to those you love, especially your family members. Source, what's going on for pile 3 in quarter 1 of 2025 for their financial situation? How can we provide them some financial help today for what they are worried about the most financially? Maybe the ups and downs I'm getting. Okay. What is pile 3's current financial situation for them to confirm? What is their financial situation? Got the Justice and the 4 of Wands. looking pretty decent. You know, there's ups, there's downs, right? Ultimately, it's pretty stable, celebrating a win, getting your dues, getting what you deserve. The Hermit reverse, you've put yourself out there. Come out of a period of a lot of solitude or withdrawal. Maybe you went through a period of time where you were really investigating your finances and made some shrewd decisions, and now you're on top. Especially if this is related to your home, which is the Four of Wands is related to. Made a home purchase. This is legal agreements as well. So this could be a home purchase or you signed a lease or something like that. But that's where you're at right now. Why is pile 3 under financial stress at the moment? We've got the Fool is a new situation and the Nine of Pentacles that you don't feel is totally abundant. You feel like you need support with it. Maybe you're uncomfortable needing a second income or needing to live with someone. Again, the Hermit's reversed. Maybe you didn't do all of your P's and Q's on the investigation side of things. And kind of jumped into it with the Fool. It's very much like, oh man, now I'm lacking in security and I need to borrow money, or you know, if this person leaves me, I'm gonna be high and fucking dry, whatever. Something to do with dependency and a lack of security. Okay, lack of autonomy, I want to say. How can pile 3 relieve the current stress that they're going through in quarter 1 financially? Okay, don't make any major changes right now. Things are relatively stable. You just need to come up with a plan. You need to come up with a good strategy. You need to do some research. Okay. The Nine of Cups reversed. I think there could have been some idealization, like, this is my dream come true. I'm absolutely running towards this. And now there's just like this, oh man, this isn't everything that I idealized it to be. And, you know, this didn't meet all of my expectations, my hopes. And that's understandable. And there's something you can do about it, but it's not going to happen right away. This is an entrenched situation now that you're in. And what that means is that there is stability here for you, okay? But you're going to need to be very careful with how much expenditures you're doing. You know, don't sign up for any new Netflix plans or like, you know, maybe this year, especially this quarter, is not the time to take that big trip or splash out on that big purchase. No new cars, you know, buy used. If you really need a vehicle, think of other ways. This is using all of your intellect and your problem solving ability to think of a very crafty plan. You're going to need to put a lot of focus into rationally and dispassionately managing the situation going forward, and find a way forward that has long-term benefits to you. You're going to need to do the research. Oh my God. Okay. What can pile 3 learn about money right now? What do they need to learn about money? It's something that they can learn about in regards to money. The 3 of Cups, celebration, enjoyment, indulgence. Yep, Temperance reverse. It's extreme. Ace of Cups, freaking depression. And even the 6 of Cups reversed here at the bottom. There's some emotional cleanup that needs to be done. Where, you know, following that joy of celebrating and like a new emotional high, a peak experience is being taken to the extreme, and it leads to of burnout and a fallout later. And it could even have its basis in feeling like money has some way of satisfying your emotional needs. And ultimately, it could even come from a conditional love situation where if you don't have your dreams being fulfilled, then you can't love yourself or others in your life who may be in a state of providership or financial support. there's an emotional cleanup that needs to be done. Some type of self-worth issue happening here at play, where money has become a stand-in for your own self-worth and self-value, and look to your childhood as to why that could have been generated in that place. What can pile 3 do to what do they need to change about the way that they handle money? Star reversed. Star reversed. What else? Okay. The 7 of Wands. Knight of Cups. Yeah. I mean, reality hurts. I think there are some dreams that are just not worth having. And even when you realize that, it's hard for you to turn away from it and choose a new path. It's like you move so quickly into something before you realize, is it even really worth pursuing? Is it going to give me everything that I thought it would? It's kind of the jumping the gun energy. And I think sometimes we create dreams for ourselves before we really know why we had them in the first place and whether they can actually give us the emotion that we're seeking out of them to begin with. Anytime that you have a goal or a dream or a desire in mind, it's important to analyze it first and say, what emotion am I looking for this dream, goal, or desire to satisfy within me? Do I want recognition? Do I want to feel like I have purpose? Do I want attention? Not a bad thing, something to be aware of. Do I want, someone to love me more? Do I want to feel like I have greater value? All these things, like, distill it down to the core emotion that you're looking for this thing to provide you. Do I want to have a sense of pride or accomplishment? When you do that, you can better accurately, first of all, determine if that thing will actually give you what you're looking for. And maybe there's a way to kind of test drive that before going all in, pushing all your chips in. Maybe you can just bet a small bet of something adjacent to what you're trying to do and say, is this even really for me? Is this really going to give me what I'm looking for? Do some research, talk to other people that have similar mindsets to yours, or whatever, right? But on top of that, also look to see if there is some completely other way where you can satisfy that emotional need in a way that requires less permanent investment, less financial investment. If you're wanting recognition, start a YouTube channel. That shit's free. It takes a long time. Trust me, I'm just getting started, but that's just a random idea. Okay. Like there are other lower cost ways to meet those emotional needs. There may be, and it's worth investigating before you jump full into some dream or ideal that may not be worth the juice, may not be worth the squeeze. How to create a better relationship with money for pile 3. Got the Knight of Wands. That's that impulsiveness and just driving forward with passion and then strength. Apply some control to that lion, that beast, right? So, and the Empress. Things should be easy, but things also need to take time for them to be easy. There's the patience and discipline to your passionate motivations can make everything so much easier on yourself. Passionate motivation is a gift that not everybody else has. And it's worth using like you have been. But if you can apply some patience, some restraint, some whoa there, like, let's make sure, then things will be much easier because you're making good choices. And also with the Empress, and we've got the gorilla here, if your mom is telling you, if a mother figure, your maternal figure in your life has some advice for you, it's worth listening to. She is showing up to say, I know what's best. You do not have to make this so hard. There are practical and disciplined, reasonable ways to go through life and decision making around finances and money that'll bring you a lot better results. All right, something in pile three's life that is already abundant and worth appreciating. Something in pile three's life that's already abundant. The Hangman. You're ready to look at things from a new perspective. And the Seven of Pentacles, another new perspective card. You're ready to look at things from a new perspective. You are open to seeing things differently. And God, that's hard for a lot of people too. You know, you have it all going for you right now. Now is now is the time. It's the perfect time for you personally to start looking at your goal and desire and dream acquisition and your relationship with it emotionally, how you're going through the cycle of charging yourself up with all of this, like, yeah, celebrate. And then, oh my God, I'm empty inside. And then just repeating the cycle. You're ready to look at all of this from a new perspective and even to change up everything that you're doing in order to better fit that newfound knowledge that you're going to gain. So quarter one can be super powerful and very transformative for you. I'm not seeing exactly here that you're going to make the immediate change with the Death reversed, but internally with your perspective, you can make that change in understanding. And then moving forward, you're making a plan now on the basis of that newfound understanding to move forward in a better direction. What is an option for a new income stream in quarter one for pile three? Eight of Pentacles reversed. And the Queen of Wands. This is not a new job. It's something to do with like your personality or your appearance, your magnetism, your Four of Swords. And the High Priestess reversed. One more. Ace of Wands. Okay. You're going to need to focus on the details of this to make it come into reality. But there is something related to you're using your appearance, your magnetism, you're kind of becoming the face of something. Do it marketing using yourself and your natural magnetism and your natural beauty or looks and things like that, related to sleep, rest, retreat. I want to say hair. But yeah, this is some way to monetize. Oh, maybe like Airbnb or it's not a job though. It's like a side gig. Anyway, if that rings any bells for you, there you go. But you're going to need to focus on the details and not get too caught up in it for it to actually do something. It's something that you're not, you don't have mastery at, and something that you would be doing on your own. Makeup, beauty, I don't know, rest, self-care, candle making. What is it? Six of Swords. Some type of healing, travel. Okay. What's the word of warning for pile 3 in quarter 1 for their financial situation. What's the word of warning? Judgment reversed. 3 swords reversed. And the moon. Okay. King of Pentacles. Interesting. Your ability to financially control your situation and have mastery over it. Your ability to have resources and security and be able to manage things wisely relies upon your ability to hear the call, to know what you know. You're already ready to change your perspective. Once you know, now you got to do better. Once you know better, you got to do better. If you refuse that call, there will be nothing and no one to get in between you and disillusionment, fate, okay? Things happening to you and not for you. Uncertainty and confusion. This is further emotional issues and emotional troubles, but this is also not knowing what's going on and not having a say in what is happening in your life, where you're just sort of blindly fumbling through in the darkness. That no one is going to be able to save you from the circumstance happening for you if you do not hear the call. And you will. This is telling me everything I need to know about you coming to a place of recognition and certainty about, okay, this is the new move that I need to make. These are the changes that I needed to start planning on and working towards. And this is why that's so important, is because this extreme emotional roller coaster that I'm on, where it's like high one day and low the next. The warning is that no one else is going to come in and save you from this, because this card, the Judgment card, is a major, major gift and a major, major responsibility, personal responsibility. Once you get this gift, this is a knowledge that you can never go back from. It's like a benediction from God. Here is your soul. Here is your path. This is, universal truth and knowledge. This is something that you can't ever forget. You can doubt it from time to time, but it can't be destroyed. But when you ignore it, pretend like it didn't happen, keep doing the same thing you've been doing, there, again, with the Three of Swords reversed, there will be nothing to separate you from, nothing to separate you from that moon, that uncertainty and emotional turmoil. No one's coming to save you, but you will get everything that you need to know what to do. And then from there on, it's just a matter of planning and patience and self-discipline to make it happen. The word of solace, Two of Wands. You have opportunities out there waiting. You just need to look and make a plan. The Five of Cups and the Hermit. I think despite the fact that you're going to be really sad that you didn't do your research and you didn't plan this out properly, and now you're kind of stuck here for a while, and it's going to take some time to move forward in a way that is worthwhile to you. Regardless, you still have options. You are not stuck for the rest of your life. You are not stuck forever. And the Three of Pentacles reversed. You don't need anyone to. You can do this. You can do this all on your own. If someone's involved in your life, if you're married or got kids or got a roommate or what, someone's involved in your life financially, this is still something that you don't need their say so, their input, their advocacy, their, here, take the money, hey, I need money. You also don't need to be a master. You don't need to know everything yet. You can forgive yourself for this. Obviously do more research in future, but you still have so many options out there. All is not lost. Listen to your mother, pile 3. And if you enjoyed that, please give me a like or subscribe. I also do monthly relationship readings for Venus signs and monthly tarot checkups readings for rising signs. Thank you so much for watching, and until I see you next time, bye. Pile 4, let's do your reading. If you pick the ladybug, this is a time of good fortune and abundance, so be willing to receive all good things in your life. Let's see what's up for you. Quarter 1, 2025. What's going on for pile 4? Their financial situation. Pile 4, financial situation. Okay. Current financial situation. How's that look? Queen of Cups reversed and Temperance. Okay. Emotionally, you're actually not feeling all that great about it. You feel emotionally distraught. Maybe because things are so even keel with the Temperance card. Like, you have enough. You don't have the most, but you have enough. You've been very balanced and fair with your decision making. Try to be really logical. Maybe you've turned something that was really distressing into something that worked for you, or made a tough situation. You made it out of there just fine. Yeah, the 5 of Swords reversed. You're not willing to do whatever it takes at all costs. You maybe are taking your emotional circumstances into account when you're making financial decisions and saying, well, I shouldn't bring on this, I shouldn't buy this expensive car because I'm going to have a big payment. And if I have a big payment, that means I'm going to need to work more hours at my job. And right now I'm kind of not feeling, very good all the time. And I need more time for self-care. One possible scenario for you, but that should sound right to you. Some aspect of that to clarify that this is your reading. And why are you under financial stress, pile 4, at the moment? The Magician reverse. You feel like you don't have everything that you need. Yeah. And the 7 of Wands, and you're standing on that. No matter what anyone else says, you're standing on the fact of your feeling that you do not have everything that you need. And you also feel like you're fighting an uphill battle, that you've got a lot of enemies, ops, people around that are causing you drama and trauma. Everybody's got some opinion to give about how you need to do things, and you're having to fight people off constantly, saying, nope, this is what I'm doing. This is what's important to me, whatever, right? They don't have insight into the situation like you do because they are not you. How can pile 4 relieve the current stress that they are under financially? 3 of Wands reversed and the 9 of Swords reversed. Well, that's a relief of stress in the card right there. I think it's just reconfirming that looking outward towards what others are doing can relieve your stress. Look towards your own joy. Look towards the goals that you've already accomplished, and take solace in those, and appreciate those too. Take joy in the little things, the emotional wins, particularly with this card. Okay. What is something that pile 4 needs to learn about money? Quarter 1. King of Pentacles reversed. The 6 of Cups. Yeah. Okay. The Chariot. Yep. Page of Wands. Okay. One more. The 9 of Wands. Okay. I think that you kind of have this notion that being responsible and in control is not any fun, and it makes you feel old. It makes you feel tied down and under a great deal of responsibility to others, and boring even. it's needed to, you need to find your source of joy in and joyfulness in the simple things and the things that made you have emotional satisfaction as a child, even with the ladybug. Now I'm thinking like the playfulness, the imagination, the creativity just for the sake of creating. It doesn't have to be monetized. Being highly defensive over here, trying to control everything. I think it's there's a lot of joy that you can find about using some of your money in ways that bring you simple joys and simple pleasures. Everyday, little treats. You could really be getting a lot more out of that instead of beating yourself up because it's not responsible. It's not, you're not going to make money off of whatever it is. It's just for the fun of it. Like, I think that money is not just there to give you security, as it's also there to offer opportunities for experiences and emotional satisfaction. You are like the only, person I'm speaking to on that in this reading out of all 4 cards. Ultimately, you've gone too far on the other way of being very tied down and responsible and pinned down to making sure that all your goals are achieved, but you've neglected your everyday little joys and treats and treat yourself. Page of Cups reverse. Yeah, you've taken everything a little bit too seriously, and that includes the way that you're spending money. Believe it or not, okay? What is something that needs to change about the way pile 4 handles money? 5 of Wands, Judgment. Okay. If you feel called to do so, just put it out there. If you've, not everything has to serve an end goal. This is basically a repetition of what I was just saying, but like with the 5 of Wands, this is about, let's try this, let's do that. What about this? What about that? Different creative endeavors, ideas, things popping off. And it's some competitiveness as well. With the Judgment card, it's like, you know what you like already. And you know who you are to some extent as well. It's okay to put a little money towards that. It's okay to invest in yourself, even if there's no financial benefit on the horizon, if it's unsteady and uncertain, unpracticed. Even if it's not the safe bet, it's worth gambling on yourself a little bit. How to create a better relationship with money. How can pile 4 create a better relationship with money? 4 of Wands, celebrate, do some celebrations, go out, party. Empress reversed. Don't hold on too tightly. And again, you keep getting the 9 of Cups, like so indicative of the ladybug. You already have so much to be proud of and enjoy about what you've worked for, and that's wonderful. Make sure that you're doing that. But it's like, you're also kind of overly attached to this home and family energy and this security of the household that you're being, you're clinging on very tightly, and there's not a lot of space there for ease. It should be a lot easier. It can be a lot easier. Don't sweat the small stuff is what I want to say to that as well. Something in pile four's life that's already abundant. Something in pile, okay. Queen of Wands reversed. Okay, this is going to be more of a cautionary tale. And the Eight of Pentacles. Okay. One more. Queen of Pentacles. I mean, we already know that you've worked hard to actualize a very secure and stable situation for yourself where you can support others financially, you can feed others, you can house others, and of course yourself, where you make shrewd business decisions and you always have enough to make sure things go well for you and that you're not in debt or drowning. But at the base of this, behind this, is this Queen of Wands reversed. Where's her voice? Where is she showing out? Is she getting her hair done and nails done if she wants to feel pretty? Is she spending money every now and then on some new clothes? Even beyond that, is she following any creative pursuits? Is there time for hobbies? Is there time for art, music, self-development from a spiritual or creative perspective? Where's her self-love? Where's her self-confidence as well? I think that beneath the surface of how hard you've worked, you've neglected your self-actualization. And you have such a great home base for all of that. But with these two queens reversed, Wands and Cups, there's an emotional aspect where you need to feel satisfied, joyful, at peace. And there's the ego concept, not something to be destroyed or diminished in your case, something to be elevated and empowered, that confidence, radiating beauty, no matter what you look like, no matter your age, no matter if you're male or female or anything, like radiating beauty. Having a voice and a message too. Putting yourself out there. Strong social life. Yeah, it's time to spend a little bit more time on these things that can't be monetized. It's just that simple. And hell, you don't know what can happen in the future. But you need all four of your pillars, I will say. For the greatest satisfaction out of everything that you've worked for, you need all four of your pillars to be at play, meaning your emotional, mental, spiritual, and material aspects of your life. Okay, is there a new option for a new income stream for pile 4 in Q1 of 2025? Is there an option for a new income stream? Three of Swords reversed and the Six of Pentacles reversed. Death reversed. No major changes. I actually see part of your healing is actually in spending money and not making more of it. So I'm just going to say on to that question, no. Healing, Eight of Cups. Part of healing will be to let go of some of that money. Start letting it leave. Because that's what's going to bring on major change in your emotional well-being. Okay. What's the word of warning for pile 4? Six of Wands reversed. Six of Swords reversed. Diminishing yourself will put you in greater and greater turmoil, and you will learn to accept it. You will accept what you don't want to, while putting yourself into more and more difficult mental situations. And again, you've got the calling card, the calling card of the calling, about, these desires and different things that you'd like to kind of try out and play around with. And when you have that, that means that things are only going to progressively get worse if you don't answer this call. And so what this is saying is this diminishing of yourself and not celebrating yourself, not putting yourself out there, not taking ownership over your own goals that are not fiscally related will continue to put you in ever more progressively treacherous waters, mental turmoil and anguish. And this is something that you could easily just accept as your normal as well, which makes this extra dangerous with the Four of Cups reversed. No, this is the Five of Cups. Excuse me. Oh, shit. Well, I thought it was the Four, so we'll go off of that. But then adding the layer of the Five of Cups reversed. You could even, while diminishing yourself and being in, difficult situations, look at the bright side without actually moving out of them, without actually taking pride in your life and in who you are enough to put yourself out there. So I guess it's sort of a similar message. You could both accept it and even start deluding yourself into thinking and this is a delusional card a bit too. Delude yourself into thinking that it's good enough when you could do better. Putting yourself in a liminal space with that as well is something that you, is a warning for you, is something that you could be in danger of doing. Okay. What's the word of solace for pile 4 for their financial situation in quarter 1, 2025? Word of solace. Okay. Justice reversed. The Fool. Nine of Cups reversed. Nine of Pentacles reversed. Knight of Pentacles reversed. At the center of this, you've got the Fool. Really, the Knight of Cups reversed, your authenticity. The word of solace is that, it's your authentic self that's up to you to bring forward, and nobody has to like it. It doesn't need to make you money. You can rely on others to help you. It doesn't need to, you don't need to put in work. You just need to make money. There's a difference between those two things. And it's important that you know that you're free to take risks and do things that others may caution you, don't do that. No, it's going to be stupid. Like maybe for them, but not for you. You've already put in the groundwork. You've already put in the groundwork to have a firm foundation. I don't think you're a person that's at any risk of throwing that all away. It's more about you having the courage to take even the smallest risk. And this is something that, with the World reversed at the base of the deck, it doesn't matter what the world thinks, first of all. You can do this privately. It's none of their business. But also, it's not over yet. There's plenty of time beyond quarter 1 for you to kind of rediscover the parts of yourself that you've been neglecting while you've been so focused on your financials. And, it is a time of good fortune and abundance, and it's important to be appreciative of that. But good things come in many different shapes and sizes. And if you're getting creatively inspired, called to, even donate your time or your money, start a foundation or a rescue, I'm thinking, something that you can use this money that you've worked towards for something that's like not going to make you any money, but it will be passionately interesting to you, and give you an avenue to explore and express your authentic self without having to sugarcoat it, without having to placate anyone, without having to kiss anyone's ass. At the end of the day, you've done everything right financially. So why are you here? Because you're overly worried about it, I think. And at the end of the day, it's just down to reclaiming your playfulness and your childlike wonder in life, unconditionally loving yourself enough to do things that are a little nonsensical and a little impulsive, I think. So pile 4, if you enjoyed that, you can like or subscribe. It would help me out a lot. You can also check out my other readings I do monthly, like Venus sign relationship readings and rising sign monthly check-ins. I really appreciate you being here, and thank you so much. Until I see you next time, bye.